This weekend, Southampton is playing host to an exciting sci-fi event. Stars of film and TV, writers, producers and of course the fans are gathering at the Grand Harbour Hotel in the city. The Sci-Fi Ball is 3 days of autographs, fancy dress, quizzes, discos and dancing, and I got to go along and meet just some of the stars as the setup got underway. From far and wide across the universe, stars of science fiction and their followers are gathering in a seaside city on planet Earth. Southampton is hosting a sci-fi event with a difference. Away from the multi-million-dollar franchises that dominate the fantasy on our screens, this event is being held to raise money for the Teenage Cancer Trust. Organisers are volunteers and celebs give up their time for free.
It's something that we feel passionate about. It's something that we do because it is for a very good cause, the Teenage Cancer Trust. Everybody is welcome.
Yes.
Doesn't matter who you are, who you think you are,
Who you want to be,
wear
whatever you want,
just come down and support us, that's the thing.
and have a great time.
As the setup got underway and the scenery for this enterprise was being assembled, I got a chance to go behind the scenes and speak to some of the biggest stars of the show, who told me about the joys of acting in Star Trek and some of the challenges.
It was great. It was the time of our lives. It really was. As soon as we met as actors, we knew that there was a sort of simpatico together, and they quickly saw that, actually, didn't they? We did a couple of scenes early on not so much in the pilot, but by episode 3 or 4, we'd done a couple of scenes together, and I think they'd seen that there was a certain chemistry between us.
And then they gave us an episode that was just the two of us.
The shuttle pod one that came towards the end of season 1.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic thing.
That was a real success, and especially from that point forward, we were really kind of connected.
And then they just kind of, and writers are looking for that, particularly on episodic stuff, because it's tough gig,
Yeah.
And you've got to write, and we were doing 26 episodes a year at that point, and it's a treadmill, man. It goes on and on and on. So when they see something that they can go to the well with, they love it. Some of the gobbledy-speak was technical
I had
speak.
engineering talk that was a little bit ridiculous sometimes, and
It always made sense. It always made sense, and I'd always say that to him. It actually made sense. It wasn't just speak.
there was a few occasions where we'd have to tear the lines out of the script and place them strategically.
There was one scene we shot
We
together
couldn't get
in
out.
engineering, and it was going on, and
It was late.
It was late. We'd done a 15, 16 hour day, and he just couldn't get this line out. And I literally went over to the sides and tore it out and stuck it just off camera. I went, read it.
I also got to meet a man who's played more characters in Star Trek than any other, and asked him what the highlight was.
Probably the first Klingon was one of my favorites, because it was the first time I got to be kind of a creature, with all that makeup and everything. And I'd just gotten out of Vietnam, and this guy was a soldier ready to kill anybody that smiled in odd direction with him, and it just fit me perfectly. And they all have a heart. All the bad guys in Star Trek, anyway, have some kind of, except the Borgs. They had a heart. They don't have a heart anymore. But there's some need for them to connect to somebody.
As well as actors, some of the most distinguished names in fantasy writing were also making an appearance at this unique convention.
This is the last of the old school conventions. I mean, I grew up on conventions for sort of, from being published in a science fiction genre, these conventions used to be mostly writers, and there was no way of getting in touch with, people from, actors, real people. And one by one, they sort of fell by the wayside. But this one has survived because it's been run by a bunch of friends who care for each other.
The Sci-Fi Ball is on all weekend at Southampton's Grand Harbour Hotel. All are welcome in costume or otherwise to join in the fun and raise cash for a good cause. Briere-Edney, that's Solent.